Joe in real life. Squat every day, 138. I'm out in my cul-de-sac. I have my Beauty and the Beast cup, chip. I got my ass kicked last night at work. Kicked. Thoroughly kicked. No ego in this. I did not hold my own. It was not cool. I was working the line at the restaurant and I just got buried. I walked in, they were buried. I took over. I stayed buried until I left. And I'm carrying that trauma inside me, you know? This is line cook stuff. Line cooks don't admit this stuff, but I'm old now. And I don't line cook anymore except to fill in. So I got no problem admitting it. I got destroyed. I did not handle it. It was not under control. And today, weirdly, I slept great, which I normally don't after a busy shift like that. And I am sore. But for whatever reason, I'm kind of a mix of like physically not prepared, but psychologically very prepared. So we're going to see what happens. We're just going to see, you know. I'm going to build up to a heavy single. And then I think it's speed rep day. I think it's dynamic effort. And I'm excited for that, you know. I want to do something. And then who knows? I got to work again at night. Different job. Different action and activity level. I'm doing some baking. So, you know, stress-free. Mostly I just bake stuff and listen to a podcast. Like, it's kind of like what I would do at home, except I get paid a small amount of money to do it. So that's good, right? And, in February, I'm launching a proper program again. I'm going to start trying to run again. I'm going to do some maffetone. And today I'm listening to Tom Waits' third album, Nighthawks at the Diner, which I've listened to a little bit, and it's amazing. It's incredible. This was the album, in my mind, that really launched him. It has to be. I'll have more to say about that. But I had never listened to it before yesterday, which I started a little bit, and I'm starting it over today. It might be my favorite Tom Waits album. And that's saying something, because I really love Tom Waits. I mean, it's kind of a weird concept album. He pretends to be drunk through the whole performance. It's like a pseudo live performance. It's a studio album, but there's a live audience. And that part is staged. The whole thing is staged. The music is beautiful. The writing, he really comes into his stride on the writing in this third album. And yeah, it's just great. This is an album I'll return to. Difficult for me to put into words how much I'm really enjoying it. So that might in part be why my mood's so good. We'll see. But anyway, on the squats. Stay tuned. I don't think you ever have to have been a line cook or even have worked in a restaurant to know that that job sucks. It's just really hard. Super stressful. The demands are ridiculous. Now, like, I was filling in, so I came into that line cold, and certainly that was part of the difficulty. I mean, that's obvious. Any job that you start cold, you're kind of thrown to the wolves, as people love to say. You're just going to have a tough time, you know? But objectively, outside of my experience, that's just a tough job. And I'd love to say it was like unique to the situation and the restaurant, but this is a very well-run restaurant, very well organized. You know, the stress level of the work is inherent to the work. It's any wonder as a young man, I tried to drink myself to death every night. Like, that's how I grew up. I grew up in kitchens doing this work. And I think what's most punishing about it is that, like, nobody forced you to do the job, man. You didn't have to take the job. You know, you could try it out and realize you don't like it and then just not do it again. And that makes it, at least in part, if not mostly, your fault. You know, this is 185 for one, my top set of the day, 15 over my daily minimum. It's that kind of day. And yeah, that's true, of course. And you know, the counter argument is we all have to work for a living, and maybe that's the only skill you really have, the only job where you can get yada 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 X amount of dollars. Okay, that argument's fair. Not 100% true, but fair. My point is, what happens is you teach yourself to distrust yourself, that you can't be relied upon to make choices about you, and treat yourself with any sort of love and respect. You know, you put yourself through something like that by choice, and instead of admitting that, we call it something else. You know, and we drink it away. It's you know, no wonder at all that restaurant workers, front of the house or back, are rampant with drug use and abuse. Because you're trying to smoke screen that betrayal that you committed against you. Yeah, it's rough. So anyway, I'm doing my dynamic effort. I'm rematching 135, 10 sets of 2. It was shockingly easy today. Like, I failed it last time. And when I say fail, these are dynamic effort sets and reps. So I'm doing it roughly every minute on the minute. I'm trying to generate speed under the bar. So a good rep is a fast rep. And when the reps slow down, that's a fail. Like, obviously, you can do the reps. This is only about 50, maybe 60% of my max. So the whole point is generating speed. And if there's one thing that I would encourage anyone to work on, it would be dynamic effort sets. Like, the squat has been my problem child for years now, and nothing more than this workout is really cleaning that up. Like, it teaches you form, it teaches you breathing and bracing, it teaches you how to organize your body under the bar, and it teaches you how to generate force in an awkward position. I'm using the egg crate on the bottom there, the milk crate rather, just to gauge depth. I'm coming down to just a touch and then powering up as fast as I can. Anyway, yeah, that's it for today. This is Joe in real life. I love you guys. Be good to each other. My video was short. I meant to talk about Nighthawks at the diner too before I got led down a irrelevant road by the trials and tribulations of being a line cook. Nighthawks at the Diner is a great album. Like, give it a listen. If you're a Tom Waits fan at all, I think it will inform you of how he became the musician he became. Or is. He's still alive, right? He's got to be. I feel like I would have heard if he died. I don't know if there's anything else to say about it. You know, when you see like a painting and you don't have any highfalutin thoughts about it, but it's just good. You just look at it and it's just well executed and you like it. That's kind of how I feel about Nighthawks at the Diner. It's just good. Like, yeah, it's just good. And you should give it a listen if you care to. I already did my outro, but this is Joe in real life. I love you guys. Be good to each other today.